Take this mute out. Boom. There we go. I'm gonna edit it. There you go live. Let's see. And we are live. Are we live? It looks like we're live. Let's see if we are live. I should be live right now. Yep, it says that I am live. See how I'm sounding. Yep, sounding pretty good. Hey, social media socialites, if you're watching this for the first time, if you're watching me on the replay and you don't know who I am, my name is E.DeanCole and I own E.DeanCole Financial. We are a consulting firm and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. And so this video, I am teaching specifically on how to overcome your fear of failure and to start your business. Now, if you're watching this video on the replay, now this is live right now. So whatever time it is right now, we are live. So what's going on? Dante is in the building. Hey, Dante, how are you doing? I want all of you guys to share this in your groups. I want you guys to share this in all of your groups. All right, and I'm going to ask you guys to do the exact same thing, and I'm sharing it as well in all of my groups, and we're asking that you do the exact same thing. So share this in all of, I think I might be able to go into the beard group. You guys let me know if my beard game is good enough to go into the beard group. Let me know if I'm able to go into the beard group. Let me know if I'm able to go into the handsome black man group. I think I might be. I don't want to boast or brag enough. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing, guys. But nevertheless, no, seriously, I want you guys to share this in all of your private Facebook groups, and I'm asking you guys to do the same thing. Hey, Charles Wright is in the building. Hey, Charles, how are you doing today? This is a live lecture. Now, if you've never seen me before, if you are not familiar with what it is that I do and who I am, like I said, my name is E.DeanCole, and I own E.DeanCole Financial. We're a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. This is a live lecture. This is unlike anything you've ever seen before. So I want you guys to interact with me. And if you're watching this on YouTube or watching on the replays like, Dean, I didn't know you were live. I'm actually live on Facebook right now. So if you are watching on YouTube, that means that you're not following me on Facebook. Make sure you follow me on Facebook so the next time I'm live, and you can participate with me, all right? And if you want to, this video will be available on the replay on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so the next time I'm live, you guys can see. So let's go ahead and see who is all in the building, guys. Now, like I said, I am teaching specifically on how to overcome your fear as an entrepreneur and start your business. Now, like I said, this is unlike anything you've ever seen before. I'm going to need you guys to interact with me, okay? So this is a live lecture, all right? I don't want you guys just to look at me, but I want you to participate with me as well. And let's do a temperature check and see who is all in the building. So let's see who's all in the building. Tell me what's your name and where you're watching from. And as I do that, I'm going to do the same thing that I ask y'all to do. And I want you to share this. Share this in your private Facebook groups. Share this on Facebook. Share this in a group chat or group text. Share this in all the places that you are that's dedicated to entrepreneurship, because this I teach on economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. Okay, we have a total of 24 shares already. Awesome, that's good stuff. We have 24 shares already. I want all of you guys to hit that share button right now. And I want you to share this on your timeline and also in the private Facebook group. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I'm asking you guys to do, which is share this. Boom, boom, boom. We have 24 shares so far. Thank you so much for everybody that's participating. Let's see who is all in the building. I want to share this with my Black nurses, Black nurse entrepreneurs, and we're going to get into this. So like I mentioned, we're going to be talking specifically on how to overcome your fear of failure and how to start a business, okay? So let's see who is all in the building. Tell me what your name is and where you're watching from while I get ready to put this in all the places that I drop my content. And I want you guys to do the exact same thing, guys. Share this in a few places. So far, we have 30 shares. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to share this in Messengers of God. Boom. I definitely am a messenger of God. Let's see who else. Who I want to share this. Black Business Enterprise. I want to share it to Black Business Matters. Definitely want to share it there. Where my woke group at? Let's see. I want to share it to the people that's woke. There we go. Boom. My millennial millionaire. Share it there. Share it in a couple more places, guys, and I'm getting ready to jump in and dive in. So, like I said, I want you guys to participate with me. All right. I feed off of your energy. I feed off of your energy. So I need you guys to get with me. All right. Let's see. Exclusive access group. Boom. Share it there. So I want you guys to participate with me, guys. One more place, and we're going to get into this now. It's a lot of few places. There we go. Share this. Boom. And we're getting into it. There we go. I'm in my bag. So let's see who is all in the building. Let's see who is all in the building and who is watching with me. Okay, we got several of you guys. We got Charles Ryder's in the building. Hey, Charles, how are you doing? We got Anthony George is in the building watching from North Carolina. Hey, Anthony, how are you doing? We got Paris, the trucker, is in the building. Hey, Paris, watching from Louisiana. How are you doing, Paris? We got Barbara Thompson that's watching from Mississippi. Hey, Barbara, how are you doing? We got Shoshani that's watching from Douglas. No, that's watching from Wyoming. Hey, Shoshani, how are you doing? All right, good evening, Dean. Hey, Darnell Gully, how are you doing today? Darnell is watching from Baltimore, Maryland. I know it's cold out there, Darnell, ain't it? It's super cold. We got Tammy Faster is watching. Hey, Tammy, how are you doing? I want all of you guys to hit that like button and hit that share button as well. And I want you to invite everybody that can share this and everybody that's watching. I want you to watch this. Now, let's do a temperature check. So, how many of you guys right now, if you know somebody that has the ability to start a business, meaning that they're good at what they do, and everybody keeps telling them, man, you should start a business doing that, whether it's somebody that's cooking, whether it's somebody that's cleaning, or whether it's somebody that is able to be a consultant, or somebody who they can sing Beyonce under a pew, or maybe it's somebody that can preach Noel Jones into a corner, or maybe it's somebody who can put clothes together, or they're great when it comes to kids and great with babysitting. If you know somebody right now that you know is good at something, but they are afraid to step out on faith, I want you to say, know them. And if it's you, and if you can be bold enough and transparent enough to say that it's you, I want you to say it's me. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection with this content. I want you to participate with me as if you are watching me live. And yes, right now this is live. And I just did a good 35, 40 minutes with my clients in a private session. So I'm not going to be extremely long today. There are 5 things I want to share with you, and I'll be out of your way on how you're able to fight your fears and start your business. Okay, I'm going to be teaching on how to fight your fears and go ahead and start your business and step out on faith. But I need you guys to participate with me. Okay, like I said, this is a live lecture. I don't want you just to look at me. I'm not on here just to be narcissistic and bump my gums. I am teaching truth to power on how you're able to overcome your fear and start your business. And I need you guys to participate with me. Okay, so let's see who is all where we at. Okay, let's see. Richard Leak is in the building, is watching from Savannah. Hayes, Richard Leak. We got Miss Kizzy in the building. Hey, Mama Kizzy, how are you doing? 40 degrees, Darnell. I bet you it is freaking cold right now. All right. So Belindria says she knows them. Tammy says it's me. Thank you for participating and being honest. All right. Anthony says it's me. Thank you so much for that. Richard Leak says I know them. Now, Richard is actually a very successful client of mine. He has been enrolled in my course, and we've gotten a tremendous amount of funding for him. So we definitely know it's not him. So he is definitely watching and participating. So thank you so much for your feedback. There are so many people that are stuck working for somebody else. They're stuck being miserable. They're stuck behind somebody that you know you're better than them. You know, and it's not to be egotistical. You just know that he who has begun a great work in you has made you to be better than what you are. But because of your fears, you are stuck. And I'm going to teach you the 5 things on how you're able to overcome your fear. All right. So I'm going to teach you guys those 5 things on how you're able to overcome your fear. All right. Ivan is in the building. Hey, Ivan, how are you doing? What's up? New client in the building. Okay, awesome. Ivan, thank you so much for chiming in. We got Libby is in the building, just joining at work. Hey, Libby, how are you doing? We got Will Cornell has joined. Hey, Will, how are you doing? We got Shalise is in the building. Hey, Shalisa, how are you doing? I want you guys to participate with me, okay? Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to participate as if you are watching me live, all right? And I want to make sure that you share this right now. Share this in all the different Facebook groups that you are in. Let's get the word out, okay? I want you to share this right now. All right, so bear with me for one moment. I want to share this in one more group. There's one group that I wanted to share this in. Boom, 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 and I'm getting into this. I'm getting into my bag, guys. So bear with me for one moment, guys. I'm about to get into it. Where is that one group at? I want to share because they do a lot of talking about entrepreneurship in the African American community, and I really want to share it there. It's called the Cotton Fields. What is it called? There you go. Bang on the Beast Hotel. There it is. Boom. In the building. Shared it. So everybody, and I used to be there. Like, so when people see me now, they see me successful, handsome, riding good, driving good. I got a beautiful 22-year-old fiance. They see a big, huge rock on her hand. They see me in my custom suits, designer suits that happen to be my label. They see me, but they don't understand that fear is on the other side of what you see. And I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you the fact that you can overcome your fear. I had a lot of self-limiting beliefs that didn't think that I could actually achieve what I have today. And I'm going to share with you guys the 5 things that I learned, how I'm able to get on the other side of this. And I want you guys to get on the other side of it as well. So if you guys are with me right now and you're ready for me to get into this, I want you to say ready, okay? Remember, I want you to participate with me. I feed off of your energy. Listen, my baby done made me some coffee. This coffee is black, you see? Black coffee can only do so much. And I feed off of your energy. So I need you guys to participate with me, okay? So Kizzy says, yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mama Kizzy. Okay. The Immaculate Exception is in the building. Hey, how are you doing? We got Shantira's in the building. Okay, let's get to this great topic. Thanks so much. Actually, this topic came from my fiance, Belindria LaFleur. If you see Miss Bell or B that's in the comments, she and I were talking and she gave me this topic. And I said, you know what, baby, that's a great idea. And I'm going to teach on that. Is that fear? So I want you guys to let me know you're ready. Okay, Kizzy is participating. He says she's ready. Thank you so much for that, Kizzy. Anthony George says he's ready. Thank you so much for participating, Anthony. Darnell says he's ready. Thank you so much for participating with me, Darnell. Okay, awesome. Ready. Good stuff. Melvin is ready. Thank you so much for that, Melvin. Now, remember, if you're watching this on the replay, participate with me as if you're watching me live. And if you're catching this replay on YouTube, make sure you subscribe so the next time I'm live, you will not miss out. Now, fear. A lot of people believe that I hear that fear is false evidence appearing real. Have you ever heard that before? If you've heard it, I want you to say heard it. If you've never heard that before, I want you to say never have. I believe fear is false expectations appearing real. Fear, now don't get me wrong, fear is a very real thing. As a human being, we're born with 2 types of fears. There's only 2 fears that we are born with. If you look and you study psychology, when you are an infant, there are only 2 things that you are afraid of. That's the fear of falling. Like, have you ever had one of those dreams where you feel like, I'm about to, you sleeping, and then you feel like, I got to catch myself. I'm falling. Like, ever woke up out the bed and just jumped up out the bed? Has that ever happened to you? I've had that happen to me not too long ago, actually. I jumped up and I was like, oh my God. Like I was fine. So the first fear that we are born with, the first fear that Jehovah God has implanted in our spirits is the fear of falling. That's deep. I'm not going to get into it, but that's deep. Is the fear of falling. That's the first one. The second fear is the fear of a loud noise. When you are a baby, when you are an infant, the only 2 fears that you have is the fear of falling and the fear of a loud noise. Every other fear after that is a learned fear. Watch this. You are taught what to be afraid of based on your socioeconomic situation. If you are Caucasian, or if you're Asian, or if you're Latino, or if you're African American, based on your culture, there are some things that you are afraid of just because it is cultural. If you agree with me, I want you to say, I agree. If you disagree with me, I want you to say, Dean, 3 words. Dean, you lying. And let's have a conversation about it. 3 words. So the first thing is culturally, we are taught to be afraid of certain things. In the African American community, it's very motherly. There's a matriarch in the African American community. So we're taught that the Black woman is God. We're taught that whatever your mama say is gonna go. And there are some sects in the African American community where the father is the patriarch, and they say, when your daddy get home, and most of the time in the Caucasian community, you hear that. Most of the time in the African American community, we are afraid of mama or big mama. My grandma used to tell me, "One, go outside and get a switch." I would be afraid. And are you with me? If you're with me, I want you to give me, if you're like me and you agree with me, I want you to give me 3 laughy faces. I want you to tap the laughy face 3 times. Let me know. All right, so Barbara says, I agree. I appreciate you. Darnell says you agree. I appreciate you. Ivan says you agree. Thank you so much for that. Belindri says she agrees. Thank you so much for that. Okay, absolutely. All right, you agree. All right, Melvin says you agree. Thank you so much for that. So a lot of times it is cultural in the Caucasian community. They are afraid of a lot of their fathers. Like when your father gets home, I'm going to teach you something, Billy. When your father gets home, Peggy Sue, wait till I tell your father. So that being said, that's a fear that's cultural. Now watch this. That cultural fear also steps down into how we feel about ourselves, our self-esteem, what we achieve. There are some generational curses that are passed down from generation to generation, and one of the number one is fear. Fear, false expectations appearing real. The things that you expect now, whether you like this or not, whether you agree with me or not, on the East Coast right now, the sun is down. You can believe you receive, you can jump up and down on 3 feet, you can tithe all your check, you can fast until you can see the inside of your ribs from the outside in the mirror and say, it's not night outside. But there are certain things that you cannot get around those laws. The law of expectation is one of them. Your expectation will bring about your manifestation, whether you like it or not. What you expect to happen is what's going to happen. You are made in the likeness and the image of Jehovah God, who said, let there be light. He spoke it, he expected, and then he saw it. We are made in that image. There have been things to happen to you negatively that you never even thought that could possibly happen, but you spoke it up. And let me ask, how many people you know right now who has spoken something negative up over their life? They say, oh, I'm sick, or you make me sick, or man, I stay broke. Everything out of their mouth is a negative confession. And you know good and doggone well they didn't even go to church. Some of them don't even believe in God, but they speak such truth to power because they're speaking from their spirit, and it happens to them. If you know somebody like that, I want you to say know them. And if you can be bold enough to say that it's me, I want you to say it's me. Now it's me. There was a lot of things that I spoke up on myself. I would speak flat tires on myself. I would speak broken cars on myself. I guard my heart and my mind now, but earlier on in life, when I realized that I have the ability to speak things, I was like, man, I'm about to get pulled over by the cops. Like, I don't know, like I just feel like I'm about to get pulled over by the cops and I end up getting a ticket. Oh man, I feel like something crazy is about to happen. I came to the revelation of that when I was 19 years old. I'm grateful that I came to that revelation, but I came to that revelation, and that's what let me believe and let me know that there's creative ability in your words. Like my house, you're looking at my house right now. This is a manifestation of what I spoke. I spoke this into existence. I said it and I saw it. And I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you the fact that it is real, whether you like it or not. So let's go ahead and I want you guys to participate with me. Let's see who's with me. Who is with me? Let's see. All right, thank you so much for the laughy faces. Thank you so much for participating, Anthony. Thank you so much for participating, Kizzy. Thank you for participating, Belle. All right, thank you so much for participating. All right, so Belle is honest and says she's done it. All right, and Barbara, thank you so much for being honest. Barbara says, you know that, and it's me. Thank you so much for being honest and participating. All right, Darnell says, you know it, and it's me. Yep, thank you so much for that. So whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, the universe works on those spiritual principles. I don't care if you don't believe in Jehovah God or not. It does not matter. Those spiritual principles exist. Now, in order for you to overcome your fear, you have to change what you're expecting. And I'm going to teach you guys 5 things on how you're able to change what you're expecting. I believe, and for the purposes of this teaching, so the substratum of this teaching is that fear is false expectations appearing real. We have a lot of self-limiting belief because something that somebody who was important to us told us. We have a lot of self-limiting beliefs because we saw other people fail. We have a lot of self-limiting beliefs because we believe that we're not good enough for certain things. All of those are expectations that appear so real to you that it stops you and you are, guess what? Paralyzed by fear. Have you ever heard that phrase, paralyzed by fear? If you've ever heard that phrase, paralyzed by fear, I want you to give me 3 thumbs up. Give me 3 thumbs up emojis. I want to see the thumbs up emoji. And I'm asking you guys to participate with me because I want you to make a mind muscle connection with this. So when you are watching this and you're recalling the information that I'm teaching you, it's going to allow you to sink in. There has to be a mind muscle connection with this so that you can pull up this information and you can teach it to someone else or you can remember it. So I want you to give me 3 thumbs up emojis. I want you to give me 3 of those thumbs up emojis. Sister Shanika is in the building. How are you doing, Sister Shanika? Tracy Gordon is in the building. Hey, Tracy, how are you doing? Latanya has joined. Hey, Latanya, how are you doing? Vanessa Gary is in the building. Hey, Miss Gary, how are you doing? Ricky is in the building. Hey, Ricky, how are you doing? Absolutely. That's right. Fear will paralyze you. Absolutely. Garnell gave me thumbs up. Don't say the word thumbs up, Garnell. I want you to physically give me 3 thumbs up emojis. I want to see them. Give me 3 thumbs up emojis. Type them in the comments. I want to see them. Thank you so much, Sister Shanika, for being obedient. Yes, 3 thumbs up, and who happens to be a very successful client of mine who has done some really good real estate deals, wholesaling. I think a month ago, she made not a 7-figure, but 6-figure check off of wholesaling. Very successful client of mine. Thank you so much, Sister Shanika, for giving me the thumbs up. All right. So fear can paralyze you. So because you expect negativity to happen, then you will stay stuck. Now we're talking about how to overcome your fear of failure so that you can start your business. Now there are 5 things I'm going to teach you, and I'm about to get into it now. The first thing is that you're going to have to face it. I want everyone to say, face it, right? 2 words, face it. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to make sure that you do 2 things. Make sure that you follow me on Facebook so the next time I'm live, you can participate with me. I'm live. And I also want you to say it, face it. 2 words, face it. Thank you so much for participating. So Kizzy gave me the thumbs up. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, Kizzy. Belinger, my beautiful fiance, gave me the thumbs up. Thank you so much for that. All right. So Melvin says thumbs up and I'm driving. It's me. So so I guess that's talk to text. Okay, I don't want you to wreck anything. All right, we got Vanessa Gary is giving me the thumbs up. Thanks so much for that. Darnell says you have to find the emoji. Okay. So Vanessa Gary says face it. Yes, face it. Anthony, thank you so much for that. Face it. Belindria, yes, face it. Yes. So face it. So the very first thing is you have to face it. What do I mean by face it? There are people that cannot do any wrong. They don't see themselves wrong at all. Let's do this. How many people you know, be honest with me now, they breath smells so bad. I'm talking about they don't have an odor, they have an odor. You understand me? I'm talking about they breath so bad. If they yarn in the morning, it'll stain your clothes. I'm talking about bad. I'm talking about you can see they breath coming before you hear them coming. How many people you know right now, and them be the ones that want to pray for you on Sunday morning, talking about, so come here, baby, let me give you what the word of the Lord said. The word of the Lord said, crest. That's what the word of the Lord is, Listerine. That's what the word say. But I mean, I'm serious though. I'm using this as an example, and as an orator, I'm very demonstrative because I want you guys to get this and understand this. But check this out. I'm making a point. Watch this. There are people who you know good and doggone well they got a nasty attitude. Every time you say something to them, they got something snide to say back to you. They think the world is against them. They walk around with a chip on their shoulder and they expect somebody like, who said something about it? Ain't nobody said nothing about you. We talking about how sorry the Saints are, how sorry the Falcons are, and people think that they're talking about them. Like if you know somebody like them, I want you to give me 3 laughy faces. If you know somebody like this, whether it's somebody that got that odor or whether it's somebody who you know got a bad, nasty attitude, but they don't face it. Or prime example, somebody you know, they lie they lie just because the wind blow. I'm talking about you can ask them, what you got in your hand? I ain't got nothing in my hand. Knowing good and doggone well, you see them with a Coca-Cola in their hand. They just lie for no reason. I mean, they lie so much they don't even know their own phone number because they keep telling somebody the wrong number. I mean, they just lie for no reason. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them. I mean, how many of you know somebody like that? If you know somebody like that, I want you to give me the laughing face. Now, I don't want you to say it's you, okay? I don't want you to do that, but I want you to give me the laughing faces if you know somebody like that. I said all of that is like it's somebody who you know they have all this negative behavior, but they won't face it. The same way there's people that have odars. I'm talking about breath smell like the book of Revelations in the third chapter. I'm talking about they smell bad, but they'll never face it. They'll never want to brush their teeth, and they just think good. They think it's everybody else but them, or somebody who has that nasty attitude, and they're always blaming everybody else for their behavior instead of facing it themselves. For that person that lies so much, and they're always blaming everybody else to say, "Well, why you ask me that question? Why you make me lie to you? Why you make me mad? Why you make me do that?" Like somebody who does not take ownership. Those individuals that I'm using that to be demonstrative to see that you have to face your fear. Okay, you have to face it. So I want everyone to say, face it. So when you're starting your business, now remember, we're talking about how to overcome your fear of failure so that you can start your business. You have to be honest with yourself and say, what is it that I'm afraid of? When it came to me, I was afraid of running out of money. I was afraid that because I have a beautiful daughter who is the air that I breathe. I love my baby so much. I love my daughter, and I was like, I got to pay child support. I got to keep a roof over her head because can't nobody support me but me. I got to take care of my baby. And so the fear that I had that kept me stuck in my 9 to 5 was that guaranteed paycheck. And so I was afraid that if I started my business this last time around, the thing that kept me from moving forward was that I was afraid that if I started that business and I had money coming in, I couldn't keep money coming in. If you can relate, I want you to say can relate. If you can. If you can relate, I want you to say can relate. Thank you so much for participating. I see all of you guys participating. All right, Darnell, thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating. All of you guys are with me. Yes, absolutely. We got Alfonso McHadden is in the building. Hey, Alfonso McDonald, full gospel, my full gospel bro. How are you doing, my man? We got to catch up. So Darnell say I'm terrible. Don't listen. I'm just telling the truth, the shame and the devil. I'm just speaking truth to power. We got Derek Oliver is in the building. Hey Derek, how are you doing? Powerful man of God just joined. Hey Derek, I want all of you guys who just joined in to hit that share button and share it. So we're talking about facing it. You have to face your fear. You actually have to face it. You have to evaluate yourself and be honest with yourself and say, what is stopping me from moving forward? You have to face it. Because if you don't face it, then you cannot change it. You have to face it. When you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you what's wrong with you, before they can prescribe a medicine, they have to first get the specifics of what it is you need help with. So it's the specificity of knowing exactly what's wrong. Are you with me? If you're with me, I want you to say with you. All right. If you're lost on a map, if you're in the mall or whether you are in the Midwest somewhere, if you're wanting to know where you're going, you have to first locate yourself. When you're on the mall, it says you are here. When you are using GPS, it says calculating route and it finds your current location. Facing your fear is the exact same way. If you never face your fear, if you never face that expectation that you had about yourself, you can never overcome it. When it comes to relationships, I used to think that I was going to die alone. I did. I felt as if that I was going to die alone. I felt as if all the good girls were gone. I felt like if I wanted to be with somebody, I had to be with some woman that done been turned around by any and everybody. I'm just being honest. I'm just speaking truth to power. I had that expectation and I had to change my expectation. I was afraid of always being taken advantage of in my relationships. I had an expectation that I was always going to get the short end of the stick in my relationships. And I had to, before I could properly date and before I could properly choose my mate, I had to get rid of all those expectations. So I was transparent and told you guys when I wanted to start my business, the thing that I was afraid of was not keeping money coming in. The second thing, when I talk about in my relationships, is that I expected to be treated bad. I expected to get the short end of the stick. I expected to get with a slut. I did. until I changed my mind. And now Jehovah has blessed me tremendously. The same way he blessed me with my business, he's blessed me with my fiance. And that's why she is my fiance, because she was rare. You hear me? Rare. Listen, it don't take all day to realize when you got a diamond in your hand. Especially when you've been cutting your hands on glass all year long. You understand what I'm saying? When you've been cutting your hand on glass for the past 10 years, it don't take them long to realize you got a diamond in your hand. You hear me? So that being said, you have to realize, and my mentor told me that even when it came to courting and making the universe, magnetizing myself to bring in what I wanted, I had to change my expectation. I had to realize that I was made in the likeness and the image of Jehovah God, and I saw it and I saw it. And if you decree a thing, it shall be established. And once I realized that those principles were true and effective, that's how I end up getting what I have. And that's what I want to teach to you. And I'm not saying this to impress you, but just to impress upon you the fact that it works if you work it. Okay? It only works if you work it. Andrea Perry says, "To God be the glory." Thank you so much for that. My baby is giving the hands raised. Thanks so much for your support, baby. I appreciate that. Congratulations to you and your fiance. Thank you so much for that, Diane. I appreciate that. Congrats. I really appreciate that. But I'm staying on message, and the message that I'm staying on here with me, the message is you have to face it. So I want everyone to say face it. 2 words. Face it. Say it again. Say face it. I'm gonna get to my second point. The 5 things I want to share with you on how you're able to overcome your fear to start your business. And the first one is face it. All right. I want everyone to say face it. Let me know that you are still with me. Okay. Let me know I'm not talking to myself and I'm not just talking to be heard. I want everyone to say face it. Face it. Face it. All right. We have 45 shares. Everybody for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. So, Miss Hollisey says, amen. All right, Belinger says, face it. Andrea says, face it. Thank you for participating. Alvina is in the building. Hey, Alvina, how are you doing? Say face it. I want everyone to say face it. Thank you so much. Barbara says, face it. Thank you so much for that. Face it. All right, Anthony George says, face it. Thank you so much for that, Anthony. Says, face it. Thank you so much for participating. So you have to face your fears. Now, the second thing is you have to ignore it. What? Yes, you have to ignore. I want everyone to say ignore or ing. Like I would say, like you igging me. If I think somebody's ignoring me, I say you igging me. I want you to say ignore it. So the first thing is you have to face it. The second thing is you have to ignore it. Let me explain what I mean by that. The #1 best-selling book of all time that taught me how to be the best business coach says that only be thou strong and very courageous, and then you will possess the land. Let me tell you the definition of courage. The definition of courage means to stand in the face of fear. Watch this. When you realize the things that you are afraid of, and you realize and you actually put your hand on what you are afraid of, you will realize that that fear doesn't have you like it used to have you. There are 2 main types of fear. That's fear of what's known and fear of the unknown. So when you go through the first step of facing your fear and looking at your fear eye to eye, guess what? You have to ignore that fear and then move forward anyway. Let me explain. Jehovah God has blessed me to be a very successful entrepreneur. He has blessed me to be self-sufficient and that I make millionaires. I'm so grateful to that. I have clients that are watching right now that I'm looking at the names, I've gotten over hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding. And if you guys want to be, bold enough to say, say how much that I've helped you get funding, like Sister Shanika, or who else is in the building that I've helped get some funding to? Sister Shanika, or Mr. Gully, or several people several of you guys, Dante, Michael. I'm looking at all the people that are watching live right now. Several of you guys I've helped getting some funding for. But nevertheless, I said all of that to say that I know how to originate loans. Today, we got a young lady approved for $33,000 deposited into her business account today. She's gotten over $66,000 in funding. I'm not saying this to impress you. I'm just making a point. I know how to generate loans. I've been in banking and finance ever since I was 18 years old. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I'm using this as a point. All of that knowledge that I have lenders that blow my phone up every day asking, hey, do you got somebody that needs some funding? You got somebody that needs a loan? Watch this. I'm sharing something with you guys. And I have these years of experience. I have very successful clients. I have, everything that I have around me is generated through business credit. At the same time, every morning I wake up, I'm greeted with the Holy Spirit, breath in my lungs, fear and doubt right there. It's a miscalculated assumption that success means that you have overcome dealing with fear and doubt. You're going to fight fear and you're going to fight doubt when you're on your journey of entrepreneurship, when you're on your journey of greatness. The devil is always going to try to plant a negative seed in your mind to trick you to get off of focus. As a successful entrepreneur that I mentor millionaires and I coach and develop entrepreneurs that has 250,000, 500,000 in funding. I'm talking about fleets of trucks. And I have the ability to speak into their life and create into their life. I still fight fear and doubt, even at this level. And the problem I have with a lot of pastors, and I have a lot of pastors as friends. I love my bishop. I have two bishops. I got Bishop Stephen B. Hall in Full Gospel, and I got Bishop Greenleaf from Calvary from the show Greenleaf. I got two bishops. I love both of them, okay? And I'm not poking fun, and I'm not saying this about anybody specifically or in particular. I'm just speaking truth to power. We put these bishops and pastors and elders and overseers and deacons and trustees on this pedestal, and we have an iconoclastic view of them. And a lot of times when you put someone on that pedestal and then they become an icon, they have to live up to a false level of living. They have to live up to a false level of living. So what they'll do is they will act as if they don't have any issues. That's why I know as a teacher, as an orator, I have to tell you my faults. So you will know, dang, I'm dealing with this and it's normal. Because people in the body of Christ and people in the world, people at your job, people at your school, people at your gym will make you think that something normal is something that's immoral, that is irregular because they're not being transparent. Okay, let me break that down again. When you're working out, you're gonna get cramps. You'll get a personal trainer that look like a superhero will tell you, "Oh, I'll never get cramps." They a lie and the truth ain't in them. You will get a pastor that is healthy, a heterosexual male to say, "Oh, I'll never get tempted with sex." He's a lie and the truth ain't in them. You will get a woman of God that will say, "I will never think about nothing immoral. All I think about is the word of God and sipping tea with the Holy Spirit." She a lie and the truth ain't in them. So you will be battling certain things. You will get a coach, success coach, life coach, entrepreneur, successful businessman will tell you, "I never doubt myself. I always feel like I got enough money. I never get nervous about money." And then when you doubt yourself and when you get nervous about money and when you second guess yourself, you think you're doing something wrong. That's why it's important when you're going to do true ministry, if you're going to do true coaching, if you're going to really speak into someone's life, you have to be bold enough to be transparent or you will not be effective in 2019. If you guys are with me, I want you to say with you, all right? If you're with me, I want you to say with you. All right, Kizzy says so true. Thank you so much for participating, okay? I want you guys to say with me, all right? If you guys are with me, I want you to say with you, okay? You're with me? I want you to say with you. We got Alvinia Flowers is in the building. Hey, Alvinia, very successful client of mine. How are you doing? Everybody that comes in, I want you to share this in your private Facebook groups and share this on your wall. I want to get over 1,000 people to watch this in the next 10, 15 minutes. I believe that we can get 1,000 people to watch this. Let's see if we can get to 75 shares. All right, so right now we have 841 people watching. I'm looking at my analytics in live real time. All right, thank you so much for that. With me, absolutely. You're with me. Thank you so much for participating. Anthony, thank you so much for participating with me. Barbara, thank you so much for that. Hosley, Miss Hosley, I think that's how you pronounce that. Hosley, thank you so much for participating. All right. So that being said, you have to ignore it because it's a miscalculated assumption. Once you get to a certain level that you're not going to have fear and you're not going to have doubt. It's going to happen. The reason why a lot of these marriages are failing And I'm not a marriage expert at all, but I am a life coach and I am a business coach. And I know that the reason why a lot of these people are failing in marriage is because they have an expectation that's not real, because you don't know how bad Jacob and you don't know how bad Shanika just fought. And when they in the car cussing each other out, I'm talking about the grandmama and the mama and calling them a dog, threatening to hit each other and say something bad. Soon as they get out of that car door and they walk in the church, it's praise the Lord. It's, oh, I love my wife. I never speak. And that's the type of stuff that's stopping people. You don't know how many times that powerful man of God that can pray heaven down from earth, and he knows the scriptures like the back of his hand, then asked his wife to have a threesome 4 and 5 times, and she don't know what to do because people are not transparent about that. I'm talking truth, power. I'm not talking about anybody specifically, okay? I have a lot of pastor friends, a lot of bishop friends. I've been in full gospel for a very long time. I'm not talking about anybody specifically. I'm just speaking truth to power on how you don't know what goes on in success life. And so what you have to do is you have to ignore the vicissitudes, ignore the fear that you face in order to move forward. You're going to have that fear. That fear is going to be with you, but it's okay for that. It's okay for you to have fear. It's not okay for fear to have you. When fear has you, then you're going to be stuck and paralyzed by that fear. And I'm teaching you guys the 5 things you need to do to make sure you overcome your fear so you can start your business. So fear might have you right now, but by the end of this video, you're going to be able to have fear. So the first thing I said was face it. You have to face your fear. Be honest with yourself. Realize exactly what that fear is, because once you're honest with yourself and once you realize what that fear is, then you can overcome that fear and then you can walk past that. That's the very first thing. The second thing is ignore it. When you're faced with fear, whether it's the fear of the unknown or the fear of the known, the sting isn't as much as it used to be, and you have to ignore the fear. It is normal for you to ignore the fear. The second thing was ignore, all right? Now, the third thing is get help. 3, 4, get help. I want everyone to say get help. I want everyone to say get help. All right, so Barbara says, I'm saying a mouthful. Absolutely. Thank you so much for participating with me. Jason says, Miss Kizzy is with me. Glory. I'm just teaching truth to power. I'm not just trying to be, I'm not just trying to impress you. I'm just teaching, just doing what I'm called to do. All right, we have 47 people that have shared this so far. Let's see if we can get to 60 shares. All right, thank you so much for the soul. The first person to participate was Hosley. I don't know how to pronounce your first name, and I don't want to say it incorrectly. It looked like it's Conchetta, but Miss Hosley says get help. Thank you so much for participating. Hosley says get help. I want all of you guys to participate with me, okay? Even if you're watching this on the replay, whether you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching this on Facebook on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection with this content, and I want you to participate with me as well. I want you to say get help. I want everyone to say get help. Get help. Oh, I said laugh out loud. Good job. Thanks so much for that. I said it the right way. I thank you so much for that. We got Felicia Redding is in the building. Hey, Felicia, how are you doing? Conchetta, good stuff. I got it right. Dunny is in the building. Hey, Dunny, how are you doing? Dunny says get help. Thank you so much for that. Dunny says get help. Absolutely. All right, I want all of you guys to participate with me. Like I said, I don't want to just be talking at you. I want to talk with you. Participate with me now. I'm about to take my beautiful fiance out on a date. As soon as I'm done with this, I've been working all day. I'm tired and I'm hungry. About to take my baby out, get us something to eat. So let's hurry up and get through this. I'm on my third and fourth point, which is get help. So the first one was face it. You have to face your fears. The second one is after you face it, you have to ignore it and do it anyway. Only be thou strong and very courageous. Then you will possess the land. The definition of courage is doing it in the face of fear, doing it anyway. You have to ignore it. The third thing is get help. I want everyone to say get help. Thank you so much for that. Anthony says get help. All right. Shawanda says get help. Thank you so much for that. Conchetta says get help. All right. Dante says get help. Kizzy says get help. Thank you so much for that. Deshaun Drums is in the building. Hey, Deshaun, how are you doing? Eric Cole is in the building. Hey, Erica. Erica is in the building. How are you doing, Erica? Erica says get help. Thank you so much for that. So get help. So you have to get help. How do you get help? There are different mentors. There are different life coaches. There are different pastors, elders, overseers. There are some people that will be bold enough to be transparent, and they will be there to coach you. Now, watch this. If you can't find that person, it is your responsibility to get on Google, to get on YouTube. YouTube is the number two search engine in the world. I promise to God, if you type in how to do brain surgery, you're going to find a video of somebody showing you how to do brain surgery on YouTube. There is nothing that you cannot find on YouTube. Anytime I have a question about anything, the first place I go is YouTube before I go to Google. I go to YouTube. Information is at your fingertips. You cannot use the excuse of I didn't know, or I didn't have anybody to help me, or I didn't know how to reach out. With this thing right here, with this phone, these iPhones, these iPads, with these computers, with everything that we have, you cannot use the excuse of I didn't know. Now, granted, it's best for you to get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody that is time tested and talented. If they ain't time tested and talented, if they ain't got no time behind them, then I need you to keep moving. All right. But if you cannot find anyone, you're going to have to take it upon yourself to get help. Self-help industry is big. The reason why it's big is because sometimes people are so fake and phony. They are fake and phony. And a lot of them are intimidated. They don't want to reach out to you. They don't want to help other people. They don't want to make themselves available. But then you have to take it upon yourself to get help. What are you getting help on? Getting help on that nasty bad attitude. You're getting help on that nasty stank breath. Get some go see a dentist. You're getting help on that high cholesterol. You're getting help on my example. You're getting help psychologically, and you're getting a dating coach. You're getting help on my example. You're getting help with a mentor on how to have steady income coming in and how to save and live off of the extra. What are you doing? You're getting the help that you need because you faced your fear, you ignored it, and you move forward anyway. Then you get the help that you need. There are people that are in your circle and that are around you. If everybody in your circle got the same problem, you're in the wrong circle. You need to get with somebody that has your answer, not in an opportunistic way, not in a scamming way, but in a way to where successful people have no problem reaching out and drawing other people up. If you are with me, if you are a successful person, let's see, if you are a successful person, and if you would mentor someone else, if you know some people that have gone through hard times, if you know some people that have been through where you just came out of and you would help them, I want you to say would help, 2 words, would help. And the reason why I want to do this is because I want people to see that there are people that are willing to help you. Even though our society is full of a lot of fakes and a lot of phonies and a lot of wannabes and pretend to be's, there are still some genuine, true blue people that are out there that will help you. Now, that's if you're lucky, if you're blessed by God, meet somebody like that. But if not, then you have to put it upon yourself to get the help that you need. Watch this. There are some people that are watching right now. They'll spend $100 on scratch off tickets. They'll spend $100 on getting some shots of alcohol. They'll spend $100 on some brand new shoes that they don't need. They will spend $100 on pizza and wings. They will spend $100 on tricking off at the club, popping bottles. They will spend $100 on trying to impress these girls that don't even like you, but will not invest $10 into knowing what their credit score is. There are people that will invest $100 in trying to sow an extra seed to impress a pastor or a bishop or an overseer or a sister that don't even like you, but will not take that same $100 to pay on a credit card that they have. You have to get the help that you need. Ray David is in the building. All right. Belinda said, I'm talking good. See, listen, Felicia would help. Thank you so much for that. Facebook Live. Wow, absolutely. Ray David, I'm doing a Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Look, Conchetta says that she would help. Joelle says, yes, I agree. Look at all these people that says that they would help. Absolutely. Shawanda said they would help. So there's so many people. Now, if you're blessed enough to come across somebody that will help you, or hire a coach, hire a business coach, hire a mentor, find somebody, get into a small group of somebody that has your answer, that just don't have your problem, and actually link up with them, get the help that you need. If you can't, you need to research, you need to set time aside, stop wasting your money on people, places, and things that do not better you, and invest it in yourself and get the help that you need. So the first thing, we're talking about the fear, fighting the fear of failure so that you can start your business. There are 5 things I'm sharing with you, and I'm about to give you a breakdown. The first one was face it. If you're with me and you ready for me to get to the last points, I want you to participate with me. Okay. The first one on this recap was face it. You have to face your fears. The second one was ignore them. You have to ignore your fears, even though you see that they're there. Realize that your answer is so much better than that fear. You have to ignore them. The third and fourth thing that you needed to do was to get help. Get help. Get help from a mentor. Get help from self-help books. Get help from self-help videos. Get help. You cannot use the excuse of I didn't know or I don't know. You have to get help. Face it. Ignore it. Get help. And the last thing that you have to do is you have to be taught how to win. I want everyone to say taught. I want everyone to say taught. You have to be taught how to win. If you don't like taught, I want you to say teachable. You have to be teachable. As a business coach, I get clients that think they know. There's the number one best-selling book of all time says that there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. Even I can be transparent enough and say in my relationship, I was taught, if you got a problem, say it right then and there. Don't sweep nothing under the rug. You don't want to let the sun go down on your wrath. If you got a problem, you need to say something right then. And I just knew and just thought that was the right way to go until reality set in. And when you add fuel to the fire, baby, it's okay to go to your separate corners, let stuff cool off, and then approach it later. That's something that I need. I had to become teachable. I couldn't say, well, this is what they said to do in this book, and this is what my therapist said, and this is what my coach said, and I got to do it this way. But when reality sets in, you have to be teachable on what really works. Prime example. I teach clients on how to build business credit that's separate from their personal credit. I teach clients on how to get funding. And I don't know how many times a client will say, well, Dean, can I just use my baby mama address, or can I just use this P.O. box and get funding? Well, I was on YouTube, and this girl who looked like she was sitting in an apartment complex with some dirty blinds behind her said that it was okay for me to use a mailbox, etc. I'm not saying it to boast or brag, but if you don't look like success, you can't give me success. It just is what it is. Or there's this little skinny little boy look like he about 18 years old, 19 years old, and he tell me if I'm going to dispute items off my credit report, not to do a online dispute. You 19 years old, look like you in your mama's basement doing videos all day long. Come on with the games, man. I'm saying all of that to say this. There's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. You have to become teachable, and you have to be taught the right way to do things. Because if you are taught the right way to do things, and if you are teachable and you can learn the right way to do things, then you can go ahead and guess what? Fight your fears. Fight, F-I-G-H-T. You have to face it. You have to ignore it. You have to get help, become teachable. Once you get those things, you can then fight your fears. I want everyone to say fight. I want everyone to say fight. F-I-G-H-T. Write it down. Fight. You're going to have to fight your fears. It's not going to go away. You're going to be met with adversity. You're going to have a hater. You're going to have a mean-spirited Christian. You're going to have somebody that's going to wish you well in public, but pray for your downfall in private. You're going to have self-limiting beliefs. You're going to have generational curses. You're going to have all of those things on your journey of success and on your journey as an entrepreneur, but you're going to have to fight it. Do not give up. Do not cave in. Do not quit. I want everyone to say fight. Thank you so much for participating with me. All right. Conchetta says fight. Thank you so much for that. Donnie says fight. Thank you so much for that. Anthony says fight. Thank you so much for participating. Barbara says fight. Thank you so much for participating. Felicia says fight. Thank you so much for that. Yes, you're going to have to fight. It's not going to go away. You're not going to be able to pray it away. You're not going to be able to fast it away. You're not going to be able to give it away, sow it away. You're going to have to fight. The Bible says that the kingdom of God suffers violence and the violent take it by force. It is going to be a forceful event. You're going to suffer that violence. You're going to have to fight. It's not going to come to you because you want it. It's going to come to you because you work for it. You're going to have to fight. Fight those negative imaginations. Fight those self-limiting beliefs that think that you can't overcome. Fight against all of those bad habits. You come from a long line of baby mamas. One of the things that I love so much about my fiance is she come from a long line of wives. You hear me? I love my future mother-in-law. They are wives. They teach them how to be wives and women. You hear me? Everybody in their family been married for 30 years or better. That's a blessing. Like I said, when you got a diamond, it don't take long to put it in your pocket. You have people that come from long lines of baby daddies, or long lines of no good men, or long lines of adulterous or Jezebel women, and they can't keep a man to save their life. You have to fight against those negative thoughts. Fight against that generational curse. You're gonna have to fight against those things so that you can be successful. It's going to happen for you if you fight. I want all of you guys to say fight. Absolutely say fight. Thank you so much for that. Fight. Absolutely fight. I want everyone to say fight. Thank you so much for that. Lisa is participating. We have a total of 50 shares. Thank you so much for sharing it 50 times. Thank you so much. Kizzy says fight. All right. Felicia says fight. Jonathan says fight. Dante says fight. Thank you so much for participating. All right. Emmanuel says fight. Thank you so much. All of you guys, thank you so much for participating. You're going to have to fight. If you fight, you will win. Now watch this. Sometimes fights are short fights, and sometimes fights are long battles. You're going to have to fight until you win. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to get knocked down. You're going to have to continue to pick yourself up. You're probably one bad relationship away from being married to the man of your dreams. You're probably one gold digger away from being married to the mother of your children that are going to teach them how to be multimillionaires. You're probably one failed project away from getting your doctorate degree. You're probably one bad sexual relationship away from having the best sex you've ever had in your marriage. You're probably one collection away from having A+ credit. It's going to have adversity. You're going to have adversity. It's going to happen. You're probably one drink away from being alcohol free. You're probably one puff away from being free from crack cocaine. It's going to have to take a fight, and you fight and you will overcome and you will win. So listen, guys, you have to face your fears. Once you face them, you have to ignore them. You need to get the help that you need so that you can position yourself to overcome it and become teachable. Now, I've told you what to do. If you want to, let me show you how to do it. If you're watching this on the replay on Facebook, there is a link up here that'll bring you over to my online course where I coach and mentor business owners and entrepreneurs on how to be successful. If you want to have a life coaching session, my 800 number is there, so you can give me a call and we can schedule something. If you're watching this on YouTube, there is a link right down here below that will take you over to the same places where you're able to learn how to start a business, how to grow a business. If you want to do a life coaching session with me, then it will be available for you there. On YouTube, even if you're watching on Facebook, I have hours and hours and hours of free content where I teach truth to power on how you're able to better yourself. Listen, the only person stopping you from being successful is you. If you don't know the person, you can meet them. If you don't have the skill and don't know how to develop the character, you can develop it. Stay woke. Every closed eye ain't sleep, and every sleep eye ain't closed. The only person stopping you from being successful is you. Go get them. Success is waiting for you.